Hello, we are live. Happy Friday. How's everyone doing? Casual Friday. I'm just jumping in here really quick because I got two awesome Napa Cab samples tonight. Thank you, OShaughnessy, for the sample. And I wanted to kind of taste them side by side, live here with you guys, and give you my honest take. So let's go. If you're unfamiliar with this label, this is OShaughnessy, which is started by Betty O'Shaughnessy and Paul Woods. Back in 1990, she was Minnesota native, but fall in love with Oakville. So she kind of fall in love with Oakville and found a parcel of land back in 1990, and that's when she purchased and started her own winery. Over the next 10 years, she also purchased land and vineyard in both Mount Veeder and Hal Mountain. And by 2003, that's when they kind of finished most of their work as far as in building an actual winery, tasting room, and they have a pretty extensive wine cave where they age all their wine. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Oh, and I wanted to say happy early Mother's Day for all the moms out there, rather your mom for real kids, dog, cats, or just your garden. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. This is hard work. All right. And the winemaker they have, Sean, I cannot say his last name correctly. I really should call Capillo, whatever. It's a French last name, it's weird. But he is native in United States, but he has worked in many different wineries that's pretty well known, such as Jordan. He was working in Pine Ridge, and at one point, right before he came over as the president and head winemaker of OShaughnessy, he was working for Peter Michael as assistant winemaker. So this guy does know what he's doing. So here we go. Today we have two different wines. The first one is going to be the 2018. This is their Napa. And it's interesting because a lot of the time when you think about Napa, a lot of people are putting in valley fruit and just wines from not really cool AVAs or whatever have you. The cool thing about OShaughnessy is that their Napa blend is 100% estate and is sourced from all of their vineyard, which is in Oakville, Mount Veeder, and Hal Mountain. So even though it's just quote unquote a Napa, because it's not from a specific AVA, it's a blend of three really highly rated AVAs. So don't think about it. Don't put it in the same class as your regular just Napa Valley fruit stuff. This is awesome stuff. And the second one we're going to taste is going to be their 2017 Hal Mountain. I have a very special place in my heart for Hal Mountain wines. I just feel like they brought so much masculine energy, really big and firm, and you can hear my dog in the background because it is Friday. It's time to relax. Let's do it. I just opened them. I know some of the wine, especially the 17 Hal, will need a lot more time in the decanter if you are planning on drinking them now. I want to repeat myself again. 17 is a vintage that needs a little more cellar time. It's really tight right now all across the board. But 18, as they're starting to be released, I heard it's a little softer, easier, more approachable vintage. So let's start with the tighter one. How about that? Let's start with the Hal Mountain. So their Hal Mountain, they only have about 3,300 cases produced every year. Very classic to your most Hal Mountain wine. Very tight, very big, very masculine. Lots of dark fruit. I'm getting a lot of dusty minerality to it. Licorice, cassis, black plum, blackberry. And their estate in Hal Mountain actually is like 120 acres on the Hal Mountain. And they planted back in 97, so it's about 24 years old vine now. It's not super duper old, but it's definitely reaching its full maturity for Hal Mountain grape. And it's not a full 100% cap. They do blend it with a little bit of all the Bordeaux grape, Meritage grape. So, Malbec, Merlot, Petit Verdot, and all that good stuff, and Cab Franc. Yeah, this wine got a little bit of floral in the back. It needs a lot more time for sure. You can just tell by the nose. It's just really, really deep dish serious, really tight. Let me try on the palate. Oh, grippy. You feel on the tip of your tongue. Not, again, I think it's a very well-made wine, very classic of Hal Mountain and what it's supposed to taste like. But do not open it now. If you are buying the Hal Mountain, please, the 17, hold on to it a couple more years before you open it. Your patience will be greatly rewarded. Or make sure you decant it way ahead of time. Now let's try the 18 Napa. I'm actually keeping this one later because I actually feel like this is more enjoyable right now. I might have smelled them before I started the live and I was like, ooh. Yeah, so with the Napa one, it's a nice blend between 3 different AVAs I mentioned earlier. And it's just more expressive. You get a little more red. It's not just a tight, dark black fruit. You get a nice combination of red and black fruit. So a little more of that cherry, strawberry thing happening. I mean, really ripe, of course, and still getting like raspberry, plum, Bing cherry. So you got a little more complexity between the combination between red and black. Much more approachable on the palate. On the palate, the wine is a little rounder, a little silkier, smoother. I think if I have to like use a couple words to describe it, both of this wine are very terroir driven. It's not your super duper new world style Napa Cab. You will taste that kind of that soil component to it, that earthy component, which I think makes the wine more interesting. It's not boring. It's not just fruit and sweet and blah, 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 right? And I do think it, for $75, so this is $75, this is $100. For a $75 Cabernet, it does over-deliver on the complexity and the finish, for sure. And the wine is very polished. I get a very satisfying umami, savory notes there on the finish, which made me crave a big cut of steak. And this Friday, perfect day to open some Cabernet and grill it up with some ribeye. Can we see that ribeye, Sean? I want to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think this is going to go great. I'm just going to stir it for 1 second. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think I lost my mind there. At some point, I saw this at Costco. This is a ribeye cut. I'm afraid it's going to slide all of the plate, but it will be perfect with that. I think the 18 is drinking really well right now, and it's got good enough tannin, it's got good enough soil, so it will hold up with a fatty cut like ribeye. So yes, all right. Very classic. In conclusion, I really do like them. I do think both of them are keepers. If you have to drink them now, I know it sounds like counterintuitive, but Hal Mountains are usually a bigger wine that needs more time, and 17 is the vintage, is tighter already. So if you are going to do this one, hold on to it a couple more years and drink the 18 Napa right now. It's a lot more approachable and just really, really fun. So I hope you guys are having a good Friday. This is all. I'm just jumping out to say hi and to kind of share the new vintage of the Hennessy wine with you. OShaughnessy wine. OShaughnessy. I mean, is this an Irish thing? I don't know, but it's a cool name. That's all I'm gonna say. Like if I have a cool last name like that, I name a winery after my last name. But my last name is kind of confusing. Like Anne doesn't work for a winery. But with that being,
isn't that your first name?
Exactly. People always get confused. With that being said, I definitely would say, hey, if you like good Napa Cab that has a good combination with that earth component and fruity component, like it's drinking really well right now, give the 18 a try. I think for the price that they're asking for and the blend of like 3 really good AVA, it's a steal. So enjoy, cheers. Maybe I'll have this offer out for you guys in the next couple of days if you're interested. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you soon. Bye.